Ned Hibbert is live here in the studio with the footage. Ned.
Think back, Melinda, on all the footage that you've seen showing American battleships under attack on December 7th, 1941. It's all shot from the American point of view on U.S. soil. Everyone's used to seeing Pearl Harbor from the ground. You got to see what that attack would look like from the air.
You know, that perspective of it it's just coming at you. It's an experience that gets your adrenaline flowing, and it's different than most people have experienced. The speed and the power of that, and smoke going, and you know, it's a little bit of chaos going on, even though the pilots are not in chaos. They're trained for that. They know what's going on, but being a passenger in the back, you're like, man, this is pretty intense.
We should point out these are Japanese Zeros that are replicas.
That's right.
They're not the real thing, but they certainly look real.
That's right.
Down to the smallest minute detail. Mm-hmm. You look out the window and you see a formation. It was almost like being there.
It's really just kind of a surreal situation. My narrator, Dave, who was along in one of the other planes, we both had cameras, he was unaware that we were really going to do any kind of aerobatics. So we're flying in formation, just kind of up cloud level, and all of a sudden somebody gave the signal and we're diving, really going at the ground, and then pulling 3 Gs or so on the way up. And you know, just to hold the camera up when you got the G-force pulling on you, it was tough to do.
This sequence comes in a larger film, a documentary about powered paragliding.
Up in the air flying, one pilot to another pilot, you may be in a different aircraft, but we all have a little camaraderie there of being in the air. It's a really calming and neat experience to just hang out there and fly as close as you can, being like a bird, and sometimes the birds will get beside you and you fly around with them. It's really neat. Through the Confederate Air Force, I've been hanging around these guys quite a while, and they had those pilots have a lot of respect for the Japanese pilots. Those guys, I think, really do keep that memory going, and don't let people forget, you know, that's part of it.
Chris Page is a Pearland-based filmmaker whose new documentary is due out next month. The Confederate Air Force is now known as the Commemorative Air Force. They're from Midland, Texas, and their Tora 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 show travels the country, bringing Pearl Harbor back to life for new generations. Jose?
All right, thanks a lot, Ned.